It's early, Ashu Ji.
Yeah.
It's early.
Okay. So nothing but who would be the form of Hona only, and that's why I said like we'll be covering Hona. And when we say Hona, Hona, it's an auxiliary verb in Hindi. Okay. Have you used Hona in some of your Hindi sentences in the past?
I have used Hona many times.
Okay.
All the time.
All the
Actually.
times you use. Okay. So as she said, like Hona is primarily used in any sentence where you have a verb. And auxiliary verbs are verbs, kind of verbs which you will use in any language to support the verb. In the context of Hindi language, you can use it with any tense. You can use it with any mood on when you're talking about the numbers also, right? So we will see what is the easiest form of Hona in Hindi first. Okay. So I'll erase it and then Hona. So first I'll use a very simple sentence of Hona, and then we'll take us a little tangent, and then we'll come back to the sentence. Okay. So what is the easiest sentence that comes to your mind, which sort of uses some form of Hona?
The easiest sentence. So I hope this is what you're thinking of. Something like "मैं खाती हूँ."
Okay. So very good. So first, the easiest sentence would be मैं, which is I, and let's say we don't use any verb here, right? Yeah. So easiest sentence would be मैं and then हूँ. And we have seen it even when we were using tenses that in the end we had मैं खाता हूँ या मैं खाती हूँ, आप खाते हैं. That time we were wondering, we as of in those lectures we created a rule that whom, hai, ho, all these are like just memorize them, but they are nothing but the to be form. Like in English you have to happen, in Hindi you have hona, and all these are forms of hona. So the easiest sentence, as Jennifer rightly pointed out, would be मैं, fill in the blank, and then whom, right? Now let's take a quick shift and let's discuss different, like how to use as I said, this is a helping verb or an auxiliary verb, right? It's an auxiliary verb, and we have to discuss how we can use it with different kind of moods, right? Uh, there can be different ways to cover it, but in our lecture we will only be focusing on various modes.
Okay.
Okay. I hope it's making sense to everyone. Let's quickly discuss what are different moods in any language. Let's say if you were to discuss moods, give me some of the sentences so that way
English में.
English में,
So
any language.
happy.
Happy.
I'm happy.
Okay, so happy would be your one of the mood. Okay, what else?
Sad.
Sad.
Hungry.
Hungry. Okay.
Stressed.
Stressed. Okay.
That's a good one. Man.
Uh-huh. Surprised.
Surprised.
Hmm.
Oh, that's good.
I hope people
So
think
far,
of
so good. Yeah.
Let me know. It seems like it's not covered in the whiteboard. Okay. What else?
Angry.
Angry. We'll cover more, but as of now, these are the moods that come to your mind.
Yep.
And the rest of the mood, you can also go to Facebook, and then
Right.
remember they have this thing. How are you feeling? Right?
Yes,
I'm
yes.
feeling happy. I'm feeling
Right.
sad. I'm feeling optimistic.
Yeah.
Anything you can think of, right? I mean, all the moods. So by the end of this class, if nothing, you will be able to put your Facebook status in.
And that's
in-
very important.
right. Right.
Yeah.
So happy would be in Hindi would be
Kushi.
khushi or khush in this case. Sad.
Duk.
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 Hmm. Okay, so it will be interesting when we use it. Khush and sadness would be, dukh, but in this case, it's let's say dukhi. Mhm. Hungry.
Book.
Bhook, or in this case, if a person is angry,
Hungry.
hungry,
Book.
bhukha.
Bukha.
Hmm? Stressed.
Now, my understanding in India, you just say stress.
Well, you can say
You
that,
stress,
but let's say for the sake
what
of
would
it,
you say?
thaka.
Also, like worried.
Thaka, or sometimes you're tired. So tired can also be used as
Comment,
thaka.
okay.
Thaka.
Now, surprised, I don't know.
Surprised, there's a difficult word for surprise, which is achambit. It's very difficult. If you cannot say it, you can just say surprised. Okay. Achambit. I hope you can see it. Achambit. Achambit. Angry,
Gusa.
gussa. Right. Uh, Now, there might be other words as well, and we will cover those moods for which it might be difficult for you to know the Hindi word for those, right? My recommendation would be to don't try to overcomplicate it. If you're not able to come up with the relevant Hindi word for the moods, you can use them in English, right? Like surprised. If you are not able to come up with the Hindi word, you can just, for the timing, you can use surprise. If not, you have our formula, which is
हिंदी में
Mhm.
surprised को क्या कहते हैं?
हिंदी में surprised को क्या कहते हैं? And people who just joined today, we have a basic formula which will help you find the word of any word. You can find the Hindi relevant word for it. So her formula she used was हिंदी में, in Hindi, surprised को क्या कहते हैं, right? This will help you find the meaning of any word, right? So हिंदी में surprised को अचंभित
अचंभित.
कहते हैं, right? So now, how do we use it in the context of present indefinite tense? So far we were always saying मैं खाता हूँ, where खाना, it's a verb. Now let's say you don't have any verb in this case. The only verb you have is an auxiliary verb, which is Hona, right? And then, because it's a present indefinite tense, we are using the relevant form here for मैं, which satisfies your subject, right? So if you want to say I am happy, it would be
मैं खुशी हूँ.
no मैं. So this is
No.
we'll cover it. It'll be मैं खुश हूँ.
मैं खुश हूँ.
Yeah, you might come up with a question as to like how come sad you are saying
Yeah.
dukhi,
Right.
and for happy we are saying khush. Stay with me. We'll cover
Okay.
that when we go deeper into it. So when you say I'm happy, it would be
मैं खुश हूँ.
मैं खुश हूँ.
Okay.
Okay. Um, you can also say मुझे खुशी है,
Okay.
right? Which is मुझको खुशी है.
Gotcha.
But since we have not done the post position को,
We'll hold off.
I'm holding off
Yeah.
from
Okay.
that. And now let's say you want to say I'm sad.
Okay. So मैं दुखी हूँ.
मैं दुखी हूँ.
Okay.
Okay, I am sad. Too bad if you are sad. Then we make sure that by the end of this lecture you feel happy. How do you say I am hungry?
Okay. So मैं भूखा हूँ.
मैं भूखा हूँ. Okay. So as you can see, all we are doing is like we are just using the mood and we are just placing it in our fill in the blank, and that will help us convey a mood of an individual, right? I'm stressed. How do you say that?
मैं थका हूँ.
मैं थका हूँ. For a girl,
मैं थकी हूँ.
मैं थकी हूँ. Okay. So thaka becomes thaki when she's referring to a female, and in case it's a very important topic again, how to differentiate between what is masculine and what is feminine. In this case, you can easily tell because it's the subject is a girl.
Right.
She'll say thaki, right? But in Hindi, all objects will fall into either the masculine category or feminine category. And last week you spent quite a lot of time just differentiating between the masculine objects and the feminine objects. So if you still have questions, definitely check out that video. It will basically answer a lot of questions. The next one, I'm surprised.
So मैं अचंभित हूँ.
मैं अचंभित हूँ. Yeah. Angry.
मैं गुस्सा हूँ.
मैं गुस्सा हूँ. Okay. Good, right?
This is good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So why don't we do some more of them, more
Yes.
moods,
More modes.
right?